I'm Paul Dycher, founder of Elastic Steel Method of Athletic Conditioning. Today we're going to talk about the second part of the step slide, which is the rear foot. Last time we talked about the front foot. Okay? Now when we talk about the rear foot, the main question that comes up is, do you keep the rear foot flat or do you bring it up on the toes? Okay? So if you fight a stance, does it look like this when you step, or does it look like that? Well, first of all, what is the point of lifting that heel? The point of lifting that heel is to get extra distance. Okay? It gives you extra distance. So if my jab reaches here, okay, with that foot flat, it reaches a little bit more if I lift my heel. So, for striking, I want that heel up. Okay? I want that extra distance. Okay? I want that heel up. And I'm talking about striking with the hands, of course, now. So based on that, if I'm striking, I want that heel up. Now, what happens when I'm moving? Well, when I'm moving, and there's different philosophies and different ways of doing it, I'm telling you the way I'm doing it. When I'm moving, I want my body centered. Okay? Why? Because whichever direction I move, I want the weight on the opposite leg. If I want to move this way, and my weight is on this leg, I can't move that way. Okay, so my weight comes on this leg, boom, I move here. My weight is on this leg, I move here. Okay? So I want my weight centered so I can easily transfer to either leg. If my weight is here on this leg, I can move back, but it's going to be much harder for me to move forward. Okay? Not only it's much harder for me, I run a very high risk of injuring my ankle, my foot, and my calf muscles. So, if I'm trying to move, and I just lifted my heel, my body went this way, which is the idea, and now I try to bring my body back, okay, so now the weight is centered, guess what? This leg is taking a lot more pressure. The knees bent more, now the ankle is taking pressure compared to this one. Okay, so the rear leg is going to get tired faster. Do I want it to get tired faster when I'm in the middle of a fight or a match? I don't. So what do we have? Alright, you come in, you saw a few punches, for example. Now you want to move. And you're in this position, you got that heel up. What can you possibly do? Usually you can move in three directions. You can move back, because you have the weight on this leg. You can move at this angle, or you can move at this angle. Okay? So it's 90 degrees to the side, straight back, or 45 back. Okay, that's what you can do with the weight on this leg here. If you need to keep moving, you have to drop that heel, transfer the weight, and then step. If you don't drop that heel and you try to keep stepping without dropping that heel, it's a lot harder. Okay, your weight is more forward already, so you can reach a little bit quicker. Okay, because your weight is more forward, but it's much harder to push off that way. Now, we also have control of the ground. To control the ground, you want to be in contact with the ground as much as possible. Right? You agree with me that standing on 2 feet is better than standing on 1 foot. Well, standing on 2 feet is better than standing on 1.5 foot. Okay? This foot is completely in contact with the ground, this foot is partially, so let's go to 1.5 foot. Okay, here's 2 feet. If you have 2 feet flat, you're in better contact with the ground. So unless you have certain situations which cause your body weight to be forward for the reach, it's much easier when you have contact with the ground, with both feet. It's much easier to move around, bounce around like I just did, or it's much easier to step. This was part 2, which is the rear foot. If you want to see explanation of the front foot, please click here. And at the same time, if you want to learn more about footwork, angle, different strategies, how to control your point, and a lot of the things that usually I'm not taught, please check out the Warrior Strategy online seminar.
Good?